MP about to tear the roof off.
Look out there, MP.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
And the excitement already starting to crescendo, with fans gathering and streaming into the building. And we welcome you to a special night of regular season hoops. Let's take a look at the numbers for Domantas Sabonis.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius, these two teams. Great playmaker.
But look at Brian Anderson doing his homework on his partner here. I think, obviously, you have to have some vision. You've got to have a handle to be able to get to the spots you want to on the floor, to deliver the pass at the appropriate angle. But maybe most importantly, you have to have a desire to make your teammates better.
And Minnesota making a change here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Minot comes in for Randall. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. Well, guys, you can't look at this team and not get into the topic of MP. He's been a very vocal and driving force for his squad, and he's made it known that he's got his sights set on winning the NBA Cup this season.
You gotta love how that just ramps up his teammates, the coaching staff, and even us at the broadcast table. But seriously, I'm gonna be looking at how tough each of these group stage games are for MP. He and his guys aren't the only team with their sights set on the NBA Cup this season.
Slim, pass to Lyles. He drops it from range. And the Kings lead by 2. And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. Pass to Conley. And here's Edwards. And he lays it up and in. Edwards has got 19 points.
His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And taking a look at Sacramento's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
We've got Trey Lyles, and it's LaRavia in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Well, Grant, the Kings are one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, B.A. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
This guy has got such a smooth handle that the pull-up game is always in play.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
And Minnesota making a change here. Miller's checked in.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Outside Monk, pass to Slim. It's rebounded by Minnesota. They're coming off that loss against Portland.
And it was an awful game defensively. They lost the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Pass to Lyles. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And now we have a minute here to take a look at which teams are playing the toughest defense. The 4th spot held by the Timberwolves.
Where this team really makes an impact is on the defensive end. They're a unified front that doesn't make it easy at all to find open looks.
The Kings making a switch here. Fultz is checked in. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Ingles is checked in. Minnesota leading by 3. Pass to Edwards. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Malik Monk picks one up. Graham, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles.
Clark is checked in for Ingles. The Kings have gone 0 for 4 in the second quarter. Pass to Monk. Here's Laravia. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Laravia's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
The Kings have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Here's Slim. He nails it, and we're tied. Slim's got 7.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Edwards. Oh, Edwards bringing the heat.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Here's Monk. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good. 12 points for him.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher, and his coach knows that too.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night, so as long as he's hot, keep riding it. He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Edwards, the pass to Conley. And here's Clark for 3. Counted from distance.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
To the inside. Here's Slim. Goes back up. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Reed. Here's Alexander Walker. And it's Laravia with a rebound. Kings trail by 3. Here's Slim. Outside Fultz. And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander Walker. Now call Sacramento. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
It's tipped. And here's Fultz. No points yet. Pass to Slim. On the wing to Rosen. Shoots from 12. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Conley with the ball, and Sabonis picks him up defensively. The shot by Conley, no good.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
1:56 left to play in the second quarter. Outside, DiVincenzo. Down low, Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
That is right in Gobert's window. Make it easy.
Here's Slim. He had 9 points in his last time out. Here's DeRozan. Muscling it home. DeRozan.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Conley against Fultz. Randall, the pass to DiVincenzo. Here's McDaniels. Rebound by Sacramento. Their last game, a win against the Suns. Looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, they really worked hard to find shots in that one. Some good play calls and energy on the offensive end.
Well, give credit to a couple of their guys for their complete locked-in nature. They were just focused, and they made everything they looked at.
DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Man, the Kings have held tough, but it seems like the West has gotten tougher, Greg.
Well, what's the saying? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Kings have to find that next level.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season, and the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
The Kings making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. DeRozan outside. Pass to Slim. 5 on the clock. They get the rebound. Outside for Fultz. Here's Slim. Three-pointer off the mark.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
DeRozan looks it over. Here's Slim. Yes, it's good. Slim's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Yeah, they want this to be a transition game. It's where they've been most effective.
Yeah, they've had less success when they allow the defense to get set. That's why they want to keep pushing the pace.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Minnesota. They lead by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at...
I always like to play other good teams. To be the best, you have to beat the best. We'll see if they accept the challenge.
Iron sharpens iron, right, Shaq?
Yes.
And let's dig into the first half now. Things looking pretty good for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Their effort on the
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second...
Second half of basketball is upon us. Changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And Conley subbed in for Anthony Edwards. On the court for Minnesota, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Mike Conley. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's DiVincenzo in at the shooting guard position. Here's Randle, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Randle's got 29 points.
The guys, over the years, we've seen Randle become a much more aggressive scorer. You love his tenacity.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Inside. Shot is good, off the back rim and in. Randle's got 31.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Pass to Slim. DeRozan outside. Misses the three.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Now here's Randall. Fires from the line, and he gets the jump for the drop. Randall's got 11 in the second half.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
We've got 1:48 left in the third. To the middle. Rebound by Sacramento. Slim's got 6 rebounds in the game. Sabonis with a screen on Randall. Slim, pass to DeRozan. Down low. Here's Slim. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up. DeRozan's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Excellent tempo on the play, and he leads his teammate perfectly.
Randall, good. Randall's got 13 points in this quarter.
Well, Julius Randle, once he starts percolating, is a dangerous offensive player.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
He completely lost focus since the break, turning the ball over multiple times, and that's after no turnovers in the first half.
Lyles, he's checked in for Sacramento. LaRavia comes in for Murray. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Clark is checked in for DiVincenzo.
Boy, there was plenty of contact down low, but Randall assertive and able to find the finish.
Here's DeRozan. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. DeRozan's got 21.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Out left to the wing. Here's Clark. Rebounded by Lyles. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Cuts off the pass. And here comes the break. Here's Conley. Slim with the rebound. Slim's got rebound number 7 tonight. To the inside. Stolen by Conley. Left side, Alexander Walker. Count it.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort, not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
And so it's Minnesota feeling confident. 18 points. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. 18 points. Separating these teams, that's the biggest lead of the game. Markelle Fultz is out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Domantas Sabonis, and it's LaRavia in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
There's the double team with Alexander Walker for 3. And that one's good. LaRavia.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
And the basket by Clark.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
To the paint. Slim with the bucket.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court.
Well, so quick off the pass. I mean, Crowder timing that shot perfectly, staying one step ahead of the defense.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Here's Edwards. Rebound by Sacramento. Outside Fultz. Pass to Slim. Here he goes. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reed.
But give Naz Reed credit. He perfectly timed that block. Wow.
DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Shot clock at 6. Here's Slim. Here's Sabonis. And there's two. Work on the glass. Paying off that time. Sabonis has got 19 points.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
And to me, he's just playing smart, efficient basketball, really helping his team hang around this one.
Laravia passes to Slim. Outside for Fultz. Here's Slim. Clark covers. Outside Fultz. Offline with a three. The Timberwolves lead by 13. Down low. Here's Clark. And again, unable to change momentum here. The Kings have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Slim. No good on the triple. Minnesota has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Murray's checked in for the Kings. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Conley's checked in.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Outside Reed. Outside Conley. Pass to Reed. Here's Clark. Lays it up and banks it in. Clark's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Here's Slim. Minnesota with a rebound. Reed's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Conley. The rebound by Murray. Murray's got his 6th rebound on the night. Fultz with it. Now Alexander Walker defending. Fultz can't get it to go. The Timberwolves lead by 15. Alexander Walker, the pass to Clark. Out to the wing. For 3, Conley. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Boy, he cannot get anything to fall, but the teammates, boy, have they delivered.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Reed, good.
Boy, Naz Reed able to concentrate and finish despite incredible defense.
Throws it up high. DiVincenzo with a steal. To the wing on the left. Pass to Clark from behind the arc. Pure from 3-point range. And the Timberwolves lead by 20. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota?
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Second chance points have also been a big part of what's happened in this game. Crashing the boards with authority, turning those opportunities into second chance points. Boy, big time on the offensive glass.
And it's Gobert with a rebound.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
And the shot's good.
Yeah, one of the great mid-range scorers in the game, DeMar DeRozan, getting to work.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Inside, Edwards. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Edwards got 13 points here in the second half alone. To the middle. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. To the inside. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on Keegan Murray. Called Sacramento. They're behind by 23. And we're starting to see some big contracts for NBA head coaches, Doris.
Well, B.A., whether we are talking about player contracts or coaches' contracts, the cost of business is the cost of business. And coaches, to me, earn every penny. Because what happens when teams underperform? The first fall guy is typically that head coach. I have zero problems with the salaries.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Outside Reed. Got a piece of it. Crowder with it. He's picked up by Conley.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Timberwolves.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
And with the win, the season series is tied 1-1. You have to love how competitive these games have been with 2 more left to play.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Anthony Edwards.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
5 to shoot. Here's Slim, covered by Alexander Walker. Slim with a bucket. 35 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. Conley passes to Alexander Walker. And here's Reed. Let's go with a 3. Nails it from 3. And the Timberwolves lead by 20.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. And with tonight's win, they're now 2-0 in the NBA Cup.
Yeah, just a fantastic.
Hey, yo, bad play.
Congrats.
You lose some.
Wide out there tonight.